You're watching the best. Fox 10 News at 10.
Welcome to Fox 10 News at 10. I want to start with the White House. They're reportedly going on lockdown starting tomorrow. Crews are apparently going to build a fence around the property to protect against possible protests this week. And at least 250 National Guardsmen are said to be put on standby.
Well, it is a scene that we have seen in cities around the country. Business people boarding up their buildings. They are anxious. They are jittery about the potential for violence surrounding this election.
In our state, Governor Doug Ducey says he does not anticipate problems, but if there is unrest, the National Guard is ready to go.
Our planning and hope would be that we're not going to have civil unrest. But if we do, the National Guard's at the ready. And we won't hesitate to call them out.
Phoenix police also on standby for any possible problems. They released a statement last week saying there will be heightened security for them in coordination with state and federal agencies.
And elections in our state remaining tight and getting a lot of attention. Let's talk about the Senate race between Martha McSally and Mark Kelly. It will be one of the most closely watched races in the country. Fox 10's Jennifer Martinez joins us live with more on how they are doing one final last campaign push this weekend. Jennifer.
Well, Martha McSally spent the majority of her time in southern Arizona, and then here in the Valley, that's where Mark Kelly was. So their push today and through the weekend was get everyone out to vote.
The race to the Senate continues in Arizona.
This is where the rubber meets the road here, and that's turning out the remainder, maybe 20% of the electorate who is going to vote to get them to hand those ballots in or show up on Tuesday at a polling place to have their voice heard.
To get out there on Tuesday, turn your ballot in, get to the polls, stand up for America. Stand up for our future. Stand up for our freedom.
Crunch time for both Arizona Republican Senator Martha McSally and Democrat Mark Kelly, both with their eyes on the Senate seat as they push Arizonans to go out and vote in Maricopa County and southern Arizona.
I mean, go knock on some more doors. I mean, go find 5, 10, 15, 20 people. Make sure they turn their ballot in. Make sure they get to the polls. If they're still undecided, I don't understand that. But if they're still undecided, make sure they understand what's on the ballot.
This election, to this U.S. Senate race, CD6, House races, state Senate races are all going to be won on a small margin. And a lot of those ballots are still sitting on somebody's kitchen table. And that's why it is so important that you guys knock on every door. I know it's hot out, but knock on every door, make every single phone call, send those text messages. Because that is the energy we need, and that's going to get us across the finish line here.
The finish line is the goal, and just a reminder, 2 days until Election Day. And again, it is too late to mail in your ballots, but of course you can drop them off at polling locations, fox10phoenix.com. You can find all of those locations. Reporting live in Phoenix, I'm Jennifer Martinez with Fox 10 News.
Jennifer, thank you. State Farm Stadium has been turned into one of those polling locations. You can drop off your ballot there. It is one of several stadium parking lots in the Valley that is doubled as a ballot drop-off location in this unique election. Now, it is too late to mail your vote in, as Jennifer just said, so drop-offs are really the best way to make sure your vote counts. Erica Flores with the Maricopa County Elections Department says the drop-off is quick and easy as long as the ballot is ready to go.
Voters have their ballot already completed and sealed in their envelope and have their signature on this green affidavit envelope as well as their phone number, because we do signature verify all early ballots.
We do have a link to the county's website on how to be ballot ready, and you can even check wait times and locations on our website, fox10phoenix.com.
The coronavirus now. The state health department's reporting more than 1,500 new cases today, along with 2 new deaths. So far this week, 7% of tests are coming back positive, like it was 6%. The numbers have been going up over the past 3 weeks. Looking at ICU beds now used by COVID-19 patients. Right now, it's at 222 ICU beds, or 13% being used by COVID-19 patients. That is the most since the beginning of September.
Concern for the Arizona Cardinals tonight. NFL Network reporting that 2 Arizona Cardinals players have tested positive for COVID-19. We're hearing the Cardinals facilities will be cleaned before practices start again. Fox 10's Irene Snyder joins us live with what that could mean for the season. I think there's some anxious fans out there, Irene.
That's right. Good evening, Linda. Well, I spoke to plenty of fans tonight who tell me, well, they're pretty concerned. As you mentioned, they're supposed to clean out the facilities before the practice resumes again tomorrow. And fans say they are hoping for the best.
The Arizona Cardinals are taking a hit this week after 2 players reportedly tested positive for the coronavirus.
It's just really tough, to how it's really impacting, our daily lives right now. Even to watch football. I'm a football fan.
It definitely sucks because, then I guess the sport that people love, they can't watch it because it could get canceled.
This news comes amid reported cases in other sports teams. That's why some say this news does not come as a shock.
It's not surprising at this point that it's still spreading. I think we all want it to end.
And while there is no word yet on which players caught the virus, fans are already concerned about how it'll impact the upcoming season.
I am concerned because that's going to put them out for a while until they overcome it.
I'm really concerned about, am I going to be able to go watch a game? Am I going to be able to take my friends, to go watch the game?
The Cardinals are in a bye week. NFL Network's report that the facility will be thoroughly cleaned, with players returning for practice tomorrow. Fans say they're hopeful that things will turn out for the best.
I just hope that everybody gets well and there is no further spreading within any team.
Again, the Cardinals are supposed to start practicing back up again tomorrow after a thorough cleaning. Reporting live in Phoenix, Irene Snyder, Fox 10 News.
Still to come, pinpointing political polls, why one pollster insists they are right this time. Plus, we hear from the Fox News election decision desk how they know a candidate's won a state before all the votes are counted.
And we've got an action-packed Fox 10 Sports Night at 10:30 for you. Oh yes, we're talking about the Arizona Cardinals. We hear from Kyler Murray how Kyler is spending the bye week. Is there really an off weekend when you're Kyler Murray? This guy works so hard. He talks about that. We checked with the Cards and the entire NFL. Another crazy week in the National Football League, and we've got the highlights to prove it. Coming up during Fox 10 Sports Night at 10:30.